Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hina Ijaz. Welcome to Pakistan. The guest I have on the show today is a very dear friend also, and I wonder why I didn't interview her on this show before. Well, she's from Dominican Republic, which is a country in the Caribbean. There's some interesting features about this place. Many of you don't know about the wonderful natural beauty that lies in this terrain. I shall talk about this and much more. I'm talking about Maritza. She's on the show today. What has she been doing in Pakistan for 20 years? That's a very, very long time. How much she misses her country and how much she has settled in Pakistan. Well, she belongs to a family of superstars in Pakistan. Let's not forget that. Hi, Maritza. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, I was just wondering today, why didn't I have you on the show earlier?
I'm very shy.
But a very warm, friendly person, I must say.
Thank you.
Easy to talk to. Been here for 20 years. You've managed to make a lot of friends. And it's like you were always in Pakistan. Appears to be that way.
I know. It was a transition. From the Dominican Republic, my family, we moved to New York, and this is where I met my husband. And then shifting to Lahore. And
Where did you meet him actually?
We'd met in high school.
Right, so I got to talk about that and much more, but I'd like to introduce my guests on the other side as well. These girls own a travel company. It's called Travel Girls. It's a female entrepreneurship venture started by them in the year 2018, right before the pandemic. They're young, they're energetic, they're ambitious. I'm talking about Sadia Maqbool and Rabia Maqbool. They're both sisters. Hi, the Maqbool sisters. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Thank you for coming to the show. बहुत शुक्रिया आने के लिए. आपने कंपनी का आगाज़ कैसे किया और इतनी छोटी उम्र में ये काफ़ी बड़ा कदम है, given that you also looking into sports and other adventure travel as well. Must be tough, but must be fun also. I'd like to find out about your story. But before that, I'm going to show you a report about Maritza's country. Let's see it, and when we return, we shall hear her story. Well, so that was Maritza's beautiful, beautiful country. Maritza, Dominican Republic is known for beaches, resorts, golfing. The terrain consists mountains, and in fact, in the Caribbean, it has the largest mountain as well. That's what I read and heard. Is that correct?
Yes. The Dominican Republic, we are the second largest island in the Caribbean. And being that we have the largest amount of tourism coming in, we have about 5 million people every year visiting from Europe, from Canada and the US, which is mainly. So most of our economy relies on tourism. And because we have summer all year round, so that's...
What's the average temperature like all year round when you mentioned summer?
Summer is around 80, 85 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's lovely.
Yes.
That is lovely.
Yes, and not a lot of rain, which is a plus.
Excellent. So the Europeans love it then.
Yes, yes.
So most of your revenue for the economy relies on tourism.
Tourism, although we have we are a developing country, we have an economy that relies on sugar. Sugar cane is one of the biggest products, and bananas.
Wow.
And yes.
Lovely.
Tobacco also. Yes.
So, Maritza, you met your husband in high school.
Yes, we went.
Tell us that story.
High school. We met in high school, Newtown High School in New York, and we were 15 years old, so we were kids. We became friends, and as we were older, then the friendship developed into a marriage that is almost 30 years old.
Wow,
Yes,
and you've
this
been
year.
here for 20 years.
Yes.
So the first 10 years of your marriage, you didn't live in Pakistan.
No, we were actually, I was visiting often, but we lived in New York. And I've worked in education and in New York and Pakistan. And I think I had the best of both worlds. We moved to Pakistan because we felt that having children, being in Lahore, for us was convenient in spending. We wanted to spend more time with our kids.
Right.
And it's been a wonderful ride.
Upon your arrival in Pakistan, settling wise, not during the first 10 years of your marriage, was it difficult adjusting to a new place, a new country, new people, new culture?
Yes, it was very difficult, but I always feel that if you come in with a positive mind, with open to new experiences, to meeting people, I think that's really helped me in making friends like you that are like family to me.
Absolutely, absolutely, I get
because if you don't block yourself to new experiences, then you are able to settle in a place. And also the Pakistani people were very welcoming. I was very lucky to have my in-laws who were very supportive, and a good set of friends that have supported me and my children and my growth in Pakistan.
But you grew up in a country with beaches, golfing and all
Yes.
of that. And then you don't even get to live in Karachi, you're in Lahore. You don't have a beach.
I know that I miss. So it's something that I do miss. I do get to visit my family in the Dominican Republic and then enjoy the beaches. But I have no regrets. I love Lahore. I'm a Lahori,
You
and
do?
I'm so happy.
You're
Today,
officially declaring that you're a Lahori?
yeah, I always say I am an honorary Lahori, and especially last night we won.
Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
So that
We
was
won the
really,
match.
yes, and I think that's why I'm a little bit rough on the voice
You've
because
been screaming
we've
and
been screaming so
hooting.
much. Yes, and rooting for Lahore. So I think it's been wonderful, and my decision of moving here was reaffirmed when my daughter, she went to university in California.
Oh my God, you don't look that old.
And when she came back, she thanked me once. She said, Mommy, and my son also, that for giving us the opportunity of experiencing everything here. Like they are the person that they are today because of being multicultural, of getting the best of three worlds, because we have the Caribbean,
Yes.
my family, my parents live in New York, my other family here in Lahore, so I've been blessed.
And you've lived in New York also, given you met
Yes,
your husband in
yes, I
high
grew-
school in New York.
Yes, I grew up in New York, yes.
Right. So you didn't experience much of your country then?
We moved to New York when I was 14 years old.
Oh, so 14 years you
Yes,
did live
yes,
there.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I think now that with social media, you are so connected. Like I'm in my family groups in the Dominican Republic. We are able to be part, even though I'm far away. I'm able to stay connected. So which is good, and in teaching also my children their heritage, the Latin American. They all speak Spanish.
Yes, because that is your official language.
Yes, And they also speak Urdu, and my youngest Punjabi perfectly.
Are you serious?
Thank you to my mother-in-law who taught her.
Yes,
And
on that note, I'd also
Yes.
like to condole on television right now for your mother-in-law and her passing away some time ago. Must have been tough.
it was tough. It was very hard.
Let
It
me
still
just
is.
mention, we're talking about Pakistan's legend, famously known as Neelo. And that's your mother-in-law, and she passed away some time ago. It's been a while, but such important people in your life. I mean,
Yes.
such a loss is irrecoverable.
Yes, it is a void that it has been very hard. It's been a year for all of us, for the children, for the grandchildren. She was a pillar of our home, a woman with unimaginable, with so much strength, a woman who was a pioneer in the industry. She welcomed me into Pakistan, into Lahore when I came in, and with open arms. And she has one daughter, Zarka, and I was the second daughter, then Amna, Mary Shan, and we
So
are
you were the first daughter-in-law in the family.
Yes, and so we were very close, and very close to my children also. She was
So you spent a
amazing.
lot of time with
Yes.
her. So she was almost like a mother-like figure for you.
Yes, we lived in a joint family.
Right.
And that gave me I think I was very lucky to live in her world and really.
But how was it like entering a family of stardom, of superstars?
It was amazing. I loved every
You
minute of
loved
it.
that? Because you associated with academics.
Yes.
Now, that's another sector altogether, a different field altogether.
Yes.
So how much did it fascinate you?
When I first came to Pakistan and I went to a movie set with my brother-in-law, my husband being on the other side of the camera. It was a new world to me. It was very exciting, and I could, like, now, being on the other side, you can see the hard work that goes into.
Absolutely.
You know,
People don't understand.
People don't
actually.
understand. Yes.
They
How
think a
much-
movie is just made, it's all fun and this and that. No. It's a lot of hard work.
Yes.
It's a lot of hard work.
Yes.
Yes, so we shall talk about it furthermore, and your children as well, and your experiences in Pakistan, and I shall revert to the travel girls here, but right after this short break.
Biryani.
Oh, lovely. That's seriously spicy.
Yes.
But have you tried the biryani in Karachi?
Yes.
आप अपनी पूरी रिसर्च करके जाएं तो फिर इतना मसला नहीं है, लेकिन अगर बस आप ऐसे रैंडम
और कमिटेड होना,
Exactly.
एम्बिशियस होना सिर्फ खाली काफ़ी नहीं होता, कमिटेड होना और कंसिस्टेंट होना वो बहुत ज़रूरी है अगर आपने अपने एंटरप्राइज को, अपने वेंचर को, अपने स्टार्टअप को आगे लेके जाना है तो.
In the Caribbean, we do not use a lot of spices.
Yes.
So that difference that here we eat with a lot of spices.
Are you okay with spicy food now?
I'm okay with spicy food.
So we have Maritza here from the Caribbean, and we have the travel girls who are from Lahore, own a travel company. Maritza is into academics, and we were talking about her life story, which is so interesting because it's been 20 years that she's been living in Pakistan, and she calls herself a Lahori. That's wonderful. Right.
Yes.
So the travel girls, Sadia and Rabia, right? 2018. But the pandemic hit the world. It was a time when people were not traveling, but suddenly domestic tourism escalated. People from Karachi were coming to Lahore, then going to Islamabad, then going to Murray, then going to further up northern areas. That must have been nice for you and your company.
Yeah, basically, so we started in 2018 और हम लोगों ने स्पेशली गर्ल्स को मोटिवेट करने के लिए कंपनी
Girl
स्टार्ट
groups लेके जा रहे, female groups लेके
इन
जा
द
रहे थे।
स्टार्ट, या बिकॉज हम लोग खुद भी उस चीज़ से गुजरे थे कि फैमिलीज में हमारे इस तरह से ज़्यादा नहीं था कि लड़कियां ट्रैवल करती हैं या जाती हैं. सो हमने 2018 से स्टार्ट किया था विद अ ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स, और
अच्छा।
जी हमारा एक ट्रिप था लाइक 8 डेज़ का, उसमें ट्रैकिंग भी थी, उसमें कैंपिंग भी थी एंड एवरीथिंग। और वहाँ से हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट किया और फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता हम 1 डेज़ 2 डेज़ से लेके, और हमारा जो बेसिकली फोकस है वो ट्रैकिंग ट्रिप्स पे है।
ठीक।
मतलब देयर आर 2 कैटेगरीज, वन इज
और
लेयर
वो
ट्रिप्स।
पूरा आप खुद मैनेज कर रही होती हैं?
जी हम लोग
उसमें कोई मेल स्टाफ होता है इन्वॉल्व?
बेसिकली हम यहाँ से तो सारा खुद मैनेज करते हैं, लेकिन आगे जो हमारे साथ पोर्टर्स गाइड्स वगैरह
अच्छा,
वो
वो
मेल्स
होते
होते हैं
हैं।
फ्रॉम दैट लोकल
locals हैं
एरिया,
वहाँ के।
दे मैनेज एवरीथिंग फॉर अस। ठीक है, हमारे साथ पोर्टर्स भी होते हैं, हमारे साथ लोकल गाइड होता है, लेकिन जो बाकी जो सुपरविजन और जो लीड करते हैं वो हम लोग खुद करते हैं।
राइट
So,
राइट। अच्छा, तो फैमिली ने फिर इजाजत भी दे दी कि भाई
जी।
कभी भी चलाओ,
बिल्कुल।
फन भी
स्टार्ट
करो?
में थोड़ा सा उनको था कि बिकॉज हम लोग नॉर्मल जो प्लेसेस होती हैं जहाँ पे गाड़ी जाती है वहाँ नहीं जाते, थोड़ा सा ऊपर लाइक पैदल चल
काफी
के
एडवेंचरस किस्म की लड़कियां But good.
जाते हैं। तो थोड़ा सा उनको स्टार्ट में होता था कि यू नो डेंजरस है या वहाँ पे कुछ हो जाए आप लोगों को या कुछ इस तरह से, बट नाउ दे एक्सेप्टेड इट बिकॉज वी आर डूइंग इट सो वेल, सो अभी उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
राइट। एंड कितने ग्रुप्स आप लेके जाती हैं कितने अरसे में, यानी कि महीने?
हाँ, मंथ
एक
में हमारा
महीने में एक बार?
जी एक
क्या
या 2
duration?
बार, एक ट्रिप जाता है या 2, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं।
अच्छा, और मुल्क भर से लड़कियां आ रही हैं आपके
जी
पास?
बिल्कुल, कराची
Foreigners
से,
होते हैं
लाहौर
उसमें
से।
कुछ?
फॉरेनर्स अभी इतने ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन ऑन एंड ऑफ कोई ना कोई हमें ज्वाइन कर रही होती हैं।
अच्छा,
जी।
और किन इलाकों में जाते हैं आप?
हम लोग बेसिकली हुंजा, स्कर्दू, कश्मीर, हुंजा में हम लोग राकापोशी बेस कैंप ट्रैक, फिर नागा पर्बत बेस कैंप ट्रैक, स्कर्दू वाली साइड पे केटू बेस कैंप ट्रैक हम लोग पिछले साल अभी 2021 में लेके गए थे। देन शमशाल वैली है हुंजा में, वहाँ पर, और कश्मीर में भी कुछ ट्रैक्स हैं उस साइड पे।
राइट। इनकी ट्रैवल कंपनी से रिलेटेड हमारे पास कुछ इमेजेस हैं, लेट्स सी देम एंड कंटिन्यू द डिस्कशन वंस वी आर बैक। अच्छा, ये बताइए कि फीमेल होना, एक औरत होना और एक कंपनी, और वो भी इतनी कम उम्र में कंपनी फॉर्म करना, उसमें क्या चैलेंजेस आपको दरपेश थे?
इट्स अ बेसिकली मेल डोमिनेंट प्रोफेशन इन पाकिस्तान।
Yes.
सो स्टार्ट में ये होता था कि जब हम कांटेक्ट करते थे किसी से कि हमें ये मैनेज करना है इस तरह से, तो वो इतना सीरियस नहीं उस
हंसते थे
तरह
आगे
से
से?
कि मतलब कि इनको क्या
See,
पता है, हाँ,
non-seriously
या
लेते थे।
नॉन सीरियस उस तरह से कि इनको नहीं पता, और मतलब आपको थोड़ा सा गलत भी इन्फॉर्म करते हैं या कुछ इस तरह
जान
से
के।
या तो स्टार्ट में थोड़ा सा ये था, और लेकिन आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बिकॉज आपके फिर कॉन्टेक्ट्स बनते जाते हैं वहाँ पर, सो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आपको जो है
उन्होंने
ना,
कहा they are here to stay, they are here to stay, so let's take them seriously.
So yeah, because ये इसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपकी रिसर्च पूरी हो, आपने
Right.
जिस जगह पे जाना है आपके पास सब कुछ लाइक आपके पास मैप्स हो, वहाँ पर जो भी है कांटेक्ट लोकल आपका होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और मतलब इस तरह आप अपनी पूरी रिसर्च करके जाएं तो फिर इतना मसला नहीं है, लेकिन अगर बस आप ऐसे रैंडम
और कमिटेड होना, एम्बिशियस होना सिर्फ खाली काफ़ी नहीं होता, कमिटेड होना और कंसिस्टेंट होना वो बहुत ज़रूरी है अगर आपने अपने एंटरप्राइज को, अपने वेंचर को, अपने स्टार्टअप को आगे लेके जाना है, तो ये चीज़ें बहुत ज़रूरी है। सिर्फ ये नहीं कि मैंने ये करना है ज़िंदगी में, करना है तो करके भी दिखाइए, जैसे इन्होंने करके दिखाया ट्रैवल गर्ल्स ने। Well, Maritza, where all have you traveled in Pakistan?
Hunsa, Nadia Gali, Naran Khagan.
So you've traveled quite a bit there.
Yes.
Right.
And I've loved the mountains. So I think that there's so many resources in Pakistan, and now that there is skiing happening.
Absolutely. And you have a ski resort now.
Yes. So I really want to go. I haven't been there
Yeah.
yet, but that's something that I look forward to this coming winter.
Right. Have you been there?
Yeah, Naltar and Malam Jabba.
Malam Jabba. It's gorgeous and it's really nice. That's what I hear. I also have to go and I will. So you have a girl and a boy, right?
No, I have 3 children.
You have 3.
2 girls and 1 boy.
And I think I've interacted with your boy.
Yes, Shamil.
I met him with your husband, Ijaz, once.
Yes.
And he was interested in filmmaking, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, he went to the University of the Academy of Arts in San Francisco.
Lovely.
He did filmmaking. He's back. And he's working with Sean and Ijaz in...
I met him on the set, in fact.
on the set of Zerar.
Yes, I did.
It's coming out in August.
It
August
is.
14th,
I
yes.
can't wait to watch that movie because that's the time when I interviewed Sean and it was under production.
Yes.
Looked amazing. I saw some images of the movie, some scenes, and it's beautiful. It is
Yes,
gorgeous.
so we're
the
all
movie.
looking forward to the release on the 14th of August.
Inshallah, yes.
And my daughter, she is an actress
Really,
and a model.
she
Natalia Castillo.
wow,
And-
amazing.
Yes. And the youngest, she's going to university this year.
There.
She is going to be going she's applying to universities abroad. So
Right, so
I'm not sure yet.
where is she looking at mainly?
UCLA, she wants to.
Amazing.
Or San Francisco University.
Amazing, amazing. But Maritza, it doesn't look like you have such grown-up kids.
I do.
You look like a college girl yourself. Seriously.
It's the weather, it's Lahori weather.
I think Lahore suits you well, huh?
Yes, it does.
So how often do you see your family back home in the Caribbean?
Every year.
Every year.
I'm lucky
But
to
COVID
go.
must have been difficult.
Yes, but I did go because I needed to see my parents. It was very difficult traveling during COVID and quarantining throughout. Wherever you went, you had to your 14 days quarantine. It was challenging. But then my parents, I needed to see them.
Of course. And how much have they visited Pakistan in these 20 years?
Well, my parents, they have not due to health conditions. But
Ever in 20 years?
No.
I'm sure they're
because I
curious to
always
find
go.
out how the place is.
Yes, but my nieces have been here.
Lovely.
My immediate family, they all have.
They have.
And they love it.
They love it?
My sister didn't want it. My eldest sister didn't want to go back.
Wow, so Lahore is charming, huh?
Yes.
Right.
And they love the food.
They love the food.
Yes.
So what's the difference between the food in Pakistan and the Caribbean?
In the Caribbean, we do not use a lot of spices.
Yes.
So that difference that here we eat with a lot of spices.
Are you okay with spicy food now?
I'm okay with spicy food. Not a lot of
What's
spices.
your favorite?
Biryani.
Oh, lovely. That's seriously spicy.
Yes.
But have you tried the biryani in Karachi?
Yes, and the harissa. In
Harissa is famous in Lahore. Halim and
Halim.
biryani is very
Yes.
famous in Karachi. And have you noticed the difference that biryani from Karachi, no one can beat that, right?
It's. I went to Karachi a couple of months ago, and there is a very famous. I don't remember the name, but it's a small little place.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Like the harissa, I think it was.
Halim.
Halim. The halim there was really, really.
And do you cook yourself? No.
No.
Well, we're in the
No.
same boat.
No.
I'd proudly say that today because Maritza also doesn't cook, so I have a partner there.
Yes, we have a partner, but I have someone who has been here with me for 20 years.
How nice!
Yes,
for 20 years,
yes,
somebody
Tanvir
stayed on.
has been cooking with me, and he learned how to cook American dishes, Dominican dishes. He can make any Dominican dish and coffee.
So tell me about the Dominican dishes
Okay.
specifically.
Okay, we use a lot of plant-based foods.
Right.
I think the main dish that we use is plantains. These are the big bananas. We fry them.
Like fritters.
Yes. We use a lot of meat. We are meat lovers. Yes. So.
Yeah, so I'm coming to have that soon.
Yes. And a
I
lot
really
of
wanna
seafood
try
because
that.
seafood is so readily available.
Right.
So we have a lot of seafood. It's like
Right.
seafood dishes.
So now, is your family used to having Dominican food now?
yes.
Do they enjoy it?
Yes, they enjoy it. My daughters, not so much. They add masala into everything. They like spicy, really
I think
spicy.
they are more on
yes.
the Pakistani
Yes,
side when
they
you
are.
talk about food. So when you came here again, the culture was very different, and
Yes.
when you went to the first wedding here,
Yes. The
How was
evolution-
that experience?
It's been a process. I think like there's so many positive changes in Lahore, in Pakistan that I have seen from the first time that I came was 30 years ago. The first wedding that I went to was a segregated function.
Oh, God.
So that
Oh,
was very
God.
different.
Really?
Because you had the men on one side and then.
It's no longer like that.
No, I just went to a wedding last Friday, and the dances are different now. The choreographed dances, it's
so much more organized now and reformed.
Yes, yes, and there are many, and also when I first came, you didn't see much girls out working, entrepreneurs
Like you're just meeting to live in person.
and such a positive, like girls that are really moving forward in a positive way with work, with having their own brands,
Being independent.
being independent, and that's something that
It's so
it has been-
positive, and
yes.
the vibe is just brilliant. Pakistan has seen some positive changes in these past couple of years.
Yes.
And like Maritza mentioned, how things were 20 years ago, how they were like 20 years ago, and how they've changed now for the better. It's amazing to see that. It's amazing to see that kind of a change and evolution. On that note, I'm going to take a short break. When we return, we'll talk to the travel girls and Maritza in detail about their lives. Furthermore, see you shortly.
कि आपने अपना जो है ना सेल्फ कंट्रोल नहीं लूज करना, अपने पेशेंस के साथ उसको देखना है कि इसका क्या सोल्यूशन हो सकता है, पैनिक नहीं करना.
अच्छा, मैं तो शायद पैनिक ही कर जाऊँ.
I'm lucky, and I think that if you're positive and you have a positive attitude, you attract positive people. So this is something that I live by, that do good and good would always be returned.
गर्ल्स को डेफिनेटली हमें बचपन से ऐसे बताया था कि आप ये मुश्किल काम नहीं कर
आप
सकते.
कर ही नहीं सकते.
और जब वो हमारे साथ जाती हैं ना, और जब वो बेस कैंप पे पहुंच जाती हैं, तो वो ऐसे एक्साइटेड होती हैं कि हमें नहीं पता था कि हम ये कर लेंगे.
Welcome back. I feel I don't have enough time today to cover with you, Maritza, because 20 years in Pakistan, what all you've been doing, what you've experienced, the changes, and etc., etc., etc. These minutes aren't going to cover this. So, coming back to the Maqbool sisters, travel girls. So, क्या सोचा ज़िंदगी में और कि इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल की तरफ जाएगी आपकी कंपनी?
सोचा था लास्ट ईयर भी
अच्छा,
कि
सोचा था,
इंटरनेशनली
very good.
करने के, लेकिन पेंडेमिक के ऐसे सीन्स थे कि कुछ कंट्रीज़ जो है वो एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं, कुछ
अब
नहीं
तो
कर
काफ़ी
रहे.
बेहतर हो गया.
लेकिन वो उसको हम यही चाह रहे हैं कि तब जाएं, ज़रा थोड़ा ओपन हो जाए.
और बेहतर
क्योंकि
हो
हाँ,
जाए.
क्योंकि
लेकिन
लेकिन ज़्यादा
जाएंगे इस तरफ, right?
जाएंगे, लेकिन फिर भी हम ट्रैकिंग में ही जाना चाह रहे हैं.
अच्छा,
ट्रैकिंग बेसिकली पैशन है हमारा.
या
तो
फिर कैरेबियन की भी अगर आप बात कर लें, वहाँ पे माउंटेन्स है, वहाँ पे भी ट्रैकिंग हो सकती है. तो ठीक है, तो आप इनके मुल्क भी जा सकते हैं.
ज़रूर. तो फोकस हमारा ट्रैकिंग पे ही है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी हमारा एक्चुअली मेन तो पर्पस गर्ल्स में बेसिकली ट्रैकिंग की अवेयरनेस जो है ना वो लाना है. क्योंकि गर्ल्स को डेफिनेटली हमें बचपन से ऐसे बताया था कि आप ये मुश्किल काम नहीं कर
आप
सकते.
कर ही नहीं सकते.
और जब वो हमारे साथ जाती हैं ना, और जब वो बेस कैंप पे पहुँच जाती हैं, तो वो ऐसे एक्साइटेड होती हैं कि हमें नहीं पता था कि हम ये कर लेंगे.
अच्छा, आप लोग खुद कितनी अच्छी ट्रैकिंग करते हैं?
ट्रैकिंग के लिए वैसे ज़रूरी है कि मतलब करने के लिए कि आपकी जो है वर्कआउट्स, एक्सरसाइजेज, रनिंग, ये चीज़ें ज़रूरी हैं.
और वो आप करते हैं रेगुलर?
We have done recently a 6,000 meter peak in Shamshal. Me
Very
and my
good.
sister, yeah, with a group. So, and I have been to K2 base camp. That is also 5,000 meter. So,
ये बचपन से शौक था आपको?
बचपन से तो नहीं. मैं स्पोर्ट्स में काफ़ी अच्छी थी, यूनिवर्सिटी में भी और कॉलेज में भी. और फिर जब हमने ये स्टार्ट किया तो मुझे लाइक ऐसे फील होता था कि आई कैन डू मच बेटर इन
Very
दिस.
athletic both of you, I must say.
और
Wonderful.
साथ में हम लोग अपने वर्कआउट्स और वो एक्सरसाइज रूटीन में रखते हैं, बिकॉज
अच्छा,
उसके
करते हैं.
बगैर जो है ना उतने अच्छे तरीके से आप परफॉर्म नहीं कर सकते.
अच्छा, उधर जो आपके खाने पीने का इंतजाम है, मैं इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ, अगर आपको कोई ख़वातीन के ग्रुप्स कांटेक्ट करें तो ये चीज़ें पता होनी ज़रूरी
बिल्कुल,
है, इसकी
बिल्कुल.
इन्फॉर्मेशन ज़रूरी है. तो उधर खाने पीने का इंतजाम क्या है? वही लोकल से आप वहाँ से सप्लाई लेके देते हैं?
बिल्कुल, वो हमारे साथ जो पोर्टर्स और गाइड जो उस इलाके के होते हैं वो सारा फूड वगैरह का ले, जैसे K2 बेस का इट्स अ लॉन्ग ट्रैक लाइक फॉर 14 days ऑफ ट्रैक. सो हम लोगों ने स्कर्दू से और अस्कोले से ही अपना सारा खाने का सामान साथ में लेके जाना होता है उन 14 दिनों का। हमारे साथ कुक होता है, हमारे साथ किचन स्टाफ होता है, वो सारे होते हैं, तो वही वहाँ पर कुकिंग करते हैं हमारे लिए और मतलब सारा फूड वगैरह हम A to Z लेके जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो बहुत बैरन है, आपको कहीं पर वहाँ पे गांव या कोई शॉप्स या कुछ इस तरह से नहीं मिलती। सो फूड वगैरह हम सारा ट्रैक्स पे स्पेशली लेके जाते हैं साथ
अच्छा,
में।
कभी ऐसे हुआ है कि ट्रैकिंग के दरमियान ये लेट्स से 14 दिन का अगर आपका
जी,
एक ट्रिप
जी।
है, एक जर्नी है राउंड ट्रिप,
बिल्कुल।
यानी नहीं वन वे 14 डेज,
नो
राइट?
इट्स 7 days
7 days, so round trip is 14
Yeah.
days. तो कुछ ऐसे बीच में क्या पार्टिसिपेंट्स होते हैं जो गिव अप कर जाएं कि हमने नहीं और आगे जाना?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ऐसे ही होता है, लेकिन ये उसमें ये होता है कि अगर कोई थोड़ी सी लाइक ज़्यादा वो हो रहा हो ना, लाइक उसमें तबीयत ख़राब ना हो लेकिन वैसे ही वो गिव अप करे, तो उसको मोटिवेट करते हैं कि नहीं, यू कैन डू दिस, और लाइक उसको आराम से
और
पुश
अगर
करके
किसी की तबीयत खराब
तो
हो
फिर
जाए फिर?
उसमें ये है कि उसको वापस भिजवाते हैं वहाँ से। अगर ज़्यादा ज़्यादा डेंजरस उसमें चला जाए तो फिर किसी भी
हुआ है
गाइड
कभी
या
ऐसे?
या समटाइम्स एक
हुआ
दो
है?
दफ़ा जी, तो फिर उसको वापस
और
भेज देते
easily
हैं।
चले गए
जी
वो
जी
वापस।
बिल्कुल। उस टाइम ये होता है कि आपने अपना जो है ना सेल्फ कंट्रोल नहीं लूज़ करना, अपने पेशेंस के साथ उसको देखना है कि इसका क्या सोल्यूशन हो सकता है, पैनिक नहीं करना।
अच्छा, मैं तो शायद
Yeah.
पैनिक ही कर जाऊँ।
तो
I
उसको
think so.
या तो उसको उस टाइम पे गाइड या पोर्टर जो भी उसे लाके, तो उनको साथ और साथ में हमारी टीम में से कोई उनको उसके साथ
Have you ever
वापस आ
done any
जाता है।
adventure sports like these girls are mentioning?
No.
Never?
No.
Do you have the heart to do it?
Yes.
You would like
Yes.
to?
Like
Trekking, you
my
would-
son does trekking. He went to Hunza for 2 months.
2 months?
2 months. Yes.
Was your heart sinking out here?
Yes, every day.
As a mother, I mean, it's torturous.
Yes. But he loves it up there.
So you would like to try it too?
Yes.
Have you ever tried things like bungee jumping?
No.
I wouldn't either. आप लोगों ने कभी try किया? Have you tried bungee jumping?
नहीं।
It's so scary. I mean, just looking at it. I mean, I get a heart attack on the ground just looking if somebody's, mentioned it. Why don't you go and try it? Like even parasailing, no, I can't
No.
do it. I mean, max I can do is jet skis. You must have tried jet skis. I'm
Yes,
sure.
I have.
Did you fall from it?
No, nobody was raised. I was holding on for dear life, so that's why I didn't fall.
I'd rather push the other person and
Yes.
be like, I don't want to fall. It's scary,
Yes.
but it's fun.
Yeah, water sports are.
Yeah, water sports are fun. But Pakistan mein, abhi we don't have many water sports. We do have some, but not to that level right now.
Kanpur,
Yeah.
I think.
Sorry?
In Kanpur.
Kanpur, yes.
Yes, they have
but
the
we're
water
getting there.
skiing.
People are getting into jet skis and
Yes.
all these different kind of things. Now things are happening.
Yeah.
And I think I did have a travel company here on the show some time ago, and they were specializing in water sports. And in fact, close to Lahore, there are a few resorts that engage in water sports, and they have state-of-the-art machines and boats and jet skis. So do Google it, you'll find it. Because it just doesn't happen in Karachi, it happens in lakes and rivers around in Lahore as well. So that's fun. So अच्छा, तो अब आपने कहा कि इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल की तरफ जब रिस्ट्रिक्शंस थोड़ी ग्लोबली ईज ऑफ होंगी तब आप वेंचर आउट करेंगे, राइट?
इंशाल्लाह, yes.
अच्छा, और कंपटीशन इस इंडस्ट्री में भी आपका कितना है?
सो बेसिकली हम लोगों का थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस ये है, बाकी जो इंडस्ट्री में काम कर रहे हैं, हम लोगों का मेन फोकस ट्रैक्स पे है। कोई जो कंपनीज हैं वो ज़्यादातर जो करवा रही हैं वो लेयर टूर्स होते हैं, जैसे हुंजा जा रहे
अच्छा,
हैं या
आप कह रहे हैं
स्कर्दू
कि
हैं।
जाके कसरत करें वहाँ अच्छी?
हाँ जी।
ठीक
सो
है।
उस तरह से बहुत ज़्यादा उस तरह से कंपटीशन नहीं है। लाइक अगर लोग जो जाते हैं ना वैसे जाते हैं, वो सोलो जाते हैं या कोई एक आधी कंपनी है जो इन ट्रैक्स पे लेके जाती
अच्छा,
है।
इतना कंपटीशन फिर आप
या तो हमारा थोड़ा सा अनएक्सप्लोर्ड एरियाज पे जाते हैं, तो वहाँ पर लोग इतने टीम्स नहीं लेके जाती, तो हमारे थोड़ा सा बेनिफिट है कि वो सिर्फ वही लोग आते हैं जो हमारे साथ उस पर जा रहे हैं। सो
मुझे लग रहा है आपका शो देख के टीवी इंटरव्यू देख के लोग और ये शुरू ना कर दें। आइडिया दे रही हैं आप सबको, बट गुड आइडिया। अगर आप खुद अच्छा या बेहतरीन काम करें तो किसी से डरने की ज़रूरत नहीं। बहरहाल, नाउ वी गोइंग टू लुक एट a few images of Pakistan and Dominican Republic, which is Maritza's country. We're going to look at the similarities. Maritza, that we're very smart. We pick up similar images and you can't really tell the difference. Let's see it. Yes, so did you see the magic that we create? We pick up similar images. Otherwise, you know, the Caribbean and Pakistan are so different.
They're very different, but like what I find is that in the family structure, they're very similar.
Really?
In the Dominican Republic, we're very much family oriented. And
Right.
it's not rare to find the older, like the parents living with the children, just like it happens here.
Yes, and plus in the West, where you are located and situated,
Yes.
in your neighboring countries, you don't see that.
No, in the Dominican Republic, it's more, we are very, very like united and support the older generation, a lot of respect
That's
for our elders.
amazing.
So yes, in some ways we're so different. For example, in the dressing, the dressing in the Dominican Republic is so different from here. That is somewhere that I really, for me, it was so different because growing up in that part of the world and then coming here and then you know you have to cover and all these things. That was an adjustment that needed to be made. But
And you were okay with that?
yes, I'm fine. I think whatever you need to respect the norms and of wherever you are. So it wasn't hard for me at all.
Right, and did people, like you mentioned, you got a very warm welcome from your
Yes.
in-laws, and you called your mother-in-law almost, and she treated like you like a
Yes, she was
treated you like a daughter, and you
to me,
treated her
yes.
like a mother. But other than that, the social circle embraced you nicely.
Yes, yes. I'm lucky, and I think that if you're positive and you have a positive attitude, you attract positive people. So this is something that I live by, that do good and good would always be returned. So
Was there ever a moment during your life in Pakistan that you felt like packing up and saying, hey, the culture is too different, I need to get out, I need to go back?
Yes,
Were there moments?
yes.
I'm sure.
There were moments, especially at the beginning when I was very young and I didn't understand the culture.
And your
like why-
children were very young then.
Yes, like why do you do certain things? And in those moments, I was like, But then when I looking back and then you weigh the positive and the negative, I think the positive outweighs the
Well,
negative.
Maritza, I must appreciate the fact that you give out a lot of positive energy too.
Thank you.
And you have a very, very good vibe. And may this vibe continue and you live in Lahore forever, because you are officially a Lahori. You said it
Lahori,
yourself.
yes.
You said it yourself.
Officially.
Well, thank you so much, Maritza.
Thank you for having
And
me.
Maqbool sisters, travel girls, thank you so much, both of you. I wish you all the best. Female entrepreneurship is something that on a personal level I've always supported and encouraged. So the travel girls are here. If you're looking for trekking specifically, these are the girls to get in touch with. Thank you, girls, and all the best. And Maritza, all the best. And see you soon. And I'm sure I will. We're friends. Right. So see you next week, same time. Keep watching Discover Pakistan.